Kale returns at dusk, and he returns wrong. He does not carry game on his shoulders or berries in his pouch. He carries only the scent of cold sweat and the stillness of a man who has looked into the eyes of a new and terrible kind of death. He stumbles into the central firelight of the River Clan's encampment, his breath coming in ragged bursts, and collapses beside the elder, Mara. His words are stones dropped into a silent pool, each one sending ripples of fear through the 27 souls huddled by the river's edge. The pass is blocked. The Serpent's Tooth, the only route out of this valley and towards the wintering grounds of the great herbivores, is no longer theirs to walk. It now belongs to the sick-led Claw. He describes them not as the lone hunters of memory, but as something new, something horribly intelligent. A pack. 6 of them, he rasps, painting a map of the choke point in the dirt with a trembling finger. They move like water poured over stones, silent and unified, a seamless entity of muscle tooth and feathered fury. He speaks of their calls, not the simple shrieks of a beast, but a complex language of clicks, hisses and barks. He watched them for a full sun cycle from a high ledge, witnessing a coordinated hunt of a lone gallimimus, to flush the creature from the brush, driving it directly toward 2 others who lay in wait, while the remaining pair cut off its escape route to the river. It was a display of tactical thinking, of a lethal pack dynamic these early humans had never witnessed before. This prehistoric world constantly invents new ways to kill, but this feels different. This is not just hunger, it is dominion. Mara, her face a mask of deeply carved lines, listens without interruption. She understands the implications faster than any of the hunters gripping their spears. The clan's entire existence is built on the rhythm of migration. They follow the herds. They empty a valley of its resources and move on, always one step ahead of the lean seasons. But now, that rhythm is broken. The valley, their temporary sanctuary for the past moon, has become a prison. The sheer granite walls on either side are unclimbable. The river flows from deeper into the mountains, offering no escape. The Serpent's Tooth was their only door, and a pack of Velociraptors now holds the key. The clan's accumulated knowledge, their sophisticated lithic technology of flint spearheads and obsidian cutting tools, feels like children's toys against such coordinated lethality. A new and chilling sound now echoes from the pass as night fully descends, a sharp guttural bark, answered by another from a different position. The raptors are announcing their territory. They are reminding the trapped humans that the food chain has a new, terrifyingly clever manager. Days bleed into a week. The vibrant life of the valley shrinks with the clan's hope. The easy game, the small lizards and plump river birds, is gone, hunted to scarcity. The hunters return with less each day, their shoulders slumped under the weight of failure. The laughter of the children fades, replaced by a listless silence. The gnawing emptiness in their bellies becomes a constant dull companion, a reminder of the tightening siege. At night, the clan gathers around a dwindling fire, the firelight pushing back the shadows but not the chilling, intelligent calls from the Serpent's Tooth. The raptors are patient. They are an army of ambushed predators content to wait, knowing their prey is trapped and weakening. The very process of human evolution feels like it is running in reverse, stripping them back to a state of primal fear. The breaking point comes when old Fen returns from foraging with only a handful of bitter roots, and a child cries not from a scrape or a fall but from the deep, hollow ache of starvation. He is given a hunger stone, a smooth river rock warmed by the fire, meant to be held in the mouth to trick the stomach into feeling full. Seeing this, Mara knows the time for waiting is over. She calls the strongest hunters to the center of the camp: Kale, the swift scout, Bor, the hulking spearman, and Lena, whose aim is as true as the sunrise. She holds the child's warm, useless stone in her palm. "The valley is a tomb if we stay," she says, her voice low and brittle as dry leaves. "We have measured their patrol. We have seen their tactics. We will not fight them on their terms. We will make them fight on ours." Her plan is a reflection of the brutal world they inhabit, a tapestry of desperation and cunning. It is a testament to the survival skills honed by generations of ancient humans. Kale's observations revealed a pattern. The Velociraptor pack sends the scouts into the valley's edge at first light, a confident, almost arrogant patrol, while the others remain in the pass. Mara points to a narrow ravine a half-day's walk from their camp, a place where the valley walls constrict, creating a natural choke point. Above this choke point, a ledge is littered with loose scree and precariously balanced boulders. The plan is simple in concept, terrifying in execution. They will create a rockslide. Bo and 3 others will spend the night loosening the largest stones, preparing the trap. At dawn, Kel and Lena will lure the 2 scouts into the ravine. The lure will be a wounded mountain goat, its cries of pain echoing to draw the predators in. As the raptors enter the kill zone, focused on the easy meal, Boar's team will unleash the avalanche from above, not to kill, but to injure, to separate, to shatter their pack cohesion. And in the chaos of dust and falling rock, the rest of the clan's spears will be waiting. It is a gamble that pits their intellect and primitive technology against the raptors' speed and the deadly, keratin-OUS arc of their killing claws. There is no debate. In every face, Mara sees the same grim acceptance. They will face the closing fang not as prey, but as a trap of their own making. The pre-dawn air is sharp and thin, each breath a shard of ice in the lungs. In the ravine, the goat, its leg broken and tethered, bleats a symphony of pain into the grey stillness. Above, Bor and his team are shadows against the rock, their hands braced on the massive keystone. Below, the hunters wait, their knuckles white on their spear shafts. The signal comes not as a sound, but as a flash of movement. 2 feathered forms, lean and lethal, materialize at the ravine's mouth. They move with an unnerving fluidity, their heads low, their sickle claws held just above the stony ground. The raptors see the goat and their pace quickens, their focus narrowing to a single point of vulnerable dying prey. Kale gives a signal, the sharp cry of a hawk. Above, Bo and the others throw their entire weight against the keystone. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing happens. Then, with a groan that seems to tear from the mountain's gut, the rockslide begins. It is not a clean cascade, but a chaotic explosion of stone and dust. One raptor looks up a fraction of a second too late, vanishing under an avalanche of granite. The other leaps back, but a slab of shale catches its hind leg, shattering the bone with an audible crack. It goes down, screeching a sound of pure agony and fury that rips the morning quiet to shreds. The hunters surge forward. But the wounded creature is a cornered devil. It snaps its jaws, its teeth, like a row of obsidian needles, and lashes out blindly with its one good leg. The great keratin-OUS claw, designed to disembowel, swings in a devastating arc. Bo, seeing it aimed for a young, terrified hunter, shoves the boy aside and takes the full force of the blow himself. The claw tears through hide and flesh, and Bo falls without a sound. Lena's spear takes the raptor through the eye, silencing its screams forever. There is no time for grief. The raptor's death cry is an alarm bell that has already been answered by furious chirps from the serpent's tooth. The rest of the pack knows. Go, Mara screams, her voice raw. Now, the clan moves as one organism, driven by a shared surge of primal fear and adrenaline. They scramble over the rocks, past Boar's still form, grabbing their meager packs as they run. As they burst from the ravine and sprint toward the pass, the remaining 4 raptors are there, blocking the way, but the clan does not stop. They are no longer thinking. They are a force of nature, a stampede of desperation. 25 voices join in a single, unearthly roar, a sound of pure, weaponized terror. The raptors, their pack structure broken and their leaders lost, hesitate. For the first time, they see not prey, but an oncoming wave of inexplicable fury. It is enough. The clan punches through their wavering line and spills out onto the vast, open plains. They do not look back. They carry with them the valley's scars, and new daggers of osteodontocratic design, carved from the very claws that killed their strongest. They do not stop running until the sun is high and the valley is a distant memory. They are fewer. They are wounded, but they are alive, and they are free. This brutal exodus, this desperate gamble in the shadow of dinosaurs, is more than a single clan's survival. It is a microcosm of the dawning of human consciousness, a bloody footnote in the sprawling text of hominid history. In the silent, unforgiving classrooms of prehistory, these were the lessons that mattered. They learned that the raptor's strength was its pack, and that this strength could be broken, They learned that the cost of tomorrow is often paid with the best of today. They learned that their own weakness, their soft skin and blunt teeth, was irrelevant when countered by a plan born in the collective mind. This desperate charge through the serpent's tooth was not just an escape, it was an evolutionary statement. It was the moment a thinking predator, armed with grief and flint, announced its audacious intention to not just survive the prehistoric world, but to one day inherit it. How many forgotten battles like this, fought with stone and courage against foes of impossible scale, forged the unyielding core of human defiance? This is the chronicle of the unwritten war where the echoes of our oldest fears still shape the marrow of our bones. But in the deep earth, some secrets are not meant to be stolen.